Conference basketball tournament, which will take place March 6th through 9th at the Dallas Floyd Recreation Center. 16 teams will play a total of 14 games over a 4-day stretch, crowning men's and women's champions. For more information on the tournament, you can look at the front page of GoCumberlandAthletics.com. So, folks, welcome back to Georgetown, Kentucky, and the 2014 Mid-South Conference Baseball Opener between the Georgetown Tigers and Cumberland University. And John Boyce back at the station, Tommy Brown, and yours truly, Mitch Walters. Glad to have everybody back for our 2014 broadcast. A little different. I know some of you have already been listening via the internet, but official radio broadcast starts today, and we're glad to have all you folks back and be back with you. We said opening weekend of the Mid-South Conference, and what we have around the Mid-South Conference today: Pikeville at St. Catharines, Bluefield's up in Williamsburg at Cumberland, Rio's at Shawnee, Campbellsville's just down the road in Columbia at Lindsey Wilson, and your Bulldogs here in Georgetown, Kentucky, to face the Tigers of Georgetown, Kentucky. This Georgetown, Kentucky ball club, Tommy, during the regular season last year, 11, we took 2 or 3 games from, but when it counted, Georgetown came away with a victory and knocked the Bulldogs out of the Mid-South Conference tournament up in Kingsport, Tennessee. A little cool here today, 36 degrees just a few minutes ago when we checked. A beautiful sun-splashed afternoon here at Georgetown, but it is going to be cold, and the Bulldogs have got to battle those elements today as they open play in the Mid-South Conference. Tommy talking to Micah Baumfeld in his 3rd season here as the Georgetown head coach, said the weather's been just so miserable all across the Southeast, and so to get some games in so where they could actually get on the field and play a live game, they played their first 2 games in like 28-degree weather. Not real conducive to baseball. No, it's not. I had a conversation with Woody Hunt, head coach of the Bulldogs. We'll go to that after a 60-second commercial break. You're listening to Cumberland University Baseball on WCOR AM 1490. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Discover the power of an independent insurance agent at THW Insurance Services. Because THW is 100% independent, you can rest assured that they are on your side, which means they'll do whatever it takes to find you the right coverage at the right price. From the industry's leading insurers. Don't just get insurance, get a friend at THW Insurance Services, 321 West Main in Lebanon, or call 443-3849. That's 443-3849.
Did you know Coca-Cola has a secret formula full of secret ingredients? So if you've got a giant sandwich, secret ingredient number 25, Food Amazer, kicks in.
Wow, plus yum.
Whoa! When you grab a Coke on the go, it's secret ingredient number 55, Trip Zipper. Having fun with friends, secret ingredient number 73, Hang Outerator.
Dude, bro, gosh.
But what's really great is how they work together. Like if you're with friends,
dude, bro, gosh.
Eating sandwiches, on a speeding train, that secret formula has it all. Coca-Cola. Open happiness.
Start the conference season today against Georgetown. What do you know about the Tigers?
Well, they're 6-0. They're a good ball club. It's going to be a very tough matchup for us this weekend, and we know that they're probably one of the teams to beat in their conference, I believe, even though they may not have been ranked preseason as high as we were, but I think they're going to be a very a force within our conference.
We're throwing Gomez, our number 1.
Gomez, and we'll follow with Clint tomorrow, and also with the other Kevin Green. And we're also got Monroe ready to throw some. He needs him, and then we, these 3 this weekend doesn't necessarily we're going to throw them every weekend, but Gomez will usually be out there the opening day if he keeps throwing good.
And he has thrown well. He's 1-1. Had a game where there were some mistakes behind him, and there's a possibility he could have come into this thing 2-0.
Well, really, if you think about it, as an outside shot, it could be Faulkner. If we didn't make 5 errors in that game, we had a shot to beat them, but he lost that game. Then last week, he didn't get the loss, but he could have got that win. We talked about the 4-1 lead in the 7th inning. We got beat. We won in the last inning, but he wasn't a pitcher of record, so he threw very well last week. Had 10 strikeouts, and this did well. And I hope he can carry on over this weekend. He's got to throw well this year for us to do anything.
What does he have to do to have a good outing?
Well, he's got to throw strikes. And if he throws strikes, he'll be effective. He can't last week he threw, I think he walked one hitter, and he's got to have a command of strike zone. His stuff's not overpowering or just off the charts. He's got good stuff, but when he gets the ball in the strike zone and hits his spot, he'll be very tough.
Is it safe to say he's a pitcher who works to contact?
Well, he gets some strikeouts too. I'm not say he's entirely that, but it's better if he does. Because he's that limits his pitches, of course, but he is somewhat of a strikeout pitcher when he's got his good stuff.
Offensively, we struggle a little bit against the good lefties that Cumberland has seen so far this season. You do have a lot of left-handed hitters in that regular lineup.
Yeah, a concern of ours. We had back last fall, we had our right hand. We had the big Wilburn kid to leave us, and because of the illness, he was our right-hand hitter, the big one we had that could offset using some left-hand hitters. But we're a left-hand dominant hit team, and we have to live with that. There's nothing else we can do. And I think we got some guys that can hit left-handers. They just got to prove it, And I'm glad we're facing two right-handers this weekend.
And the philosophy for a left-handed hitter: stay in there, maybe fight that thing off to the opposite field, go with the pitch so much?
Well, we think more back up the middle. We try to use the big part of the field against the lefty and not worry about the opposite field. Because the breaking ball, you got to stay on it, take it that way. But also, sometimes the breaking ball guy, the lefty is a good guy to pull. If it hangs up there, you can pull it pretty easily. But basically, just tell them not to try to do too much. Try to use the middle part of the field, and that way they'll have to hit location of his pitches.
You got a couple of guys coming off redshirt years, Ricky Coleman, Sam Lynn. How have they jumped back into things in your regular lineup?
Well, they're two of our top hitters. There's no question about that. Sam is really swinging well, and Ricky's swinging well at times. And I think those two guys will have to have big ears for us to do anything. They're the guys we're counting on. But the guys that really make us go is Chris Hall and Justin Bird. Those two guys at the top of the order. Chris Hall is just an unbelievable player with tremendous makeup, and he's the guy that really makes us go.
Talk about Bird a little bit, new guy to the program.
Yeah, he's a left-hand hitter, good outfielder, got some speed, and he has no fear and out there on defense or offense. He's a good hitter and knows how to play the game, very smart, good base runner, just an overall good player, and he's added a lot to our lineup, and I think as we get more warm weather, he will even do more. He's from Texas, it's pretty warm down there, and get used to this climate has somewhat been adjusted for him, but yeah, he's a good player.
It's going to be cold today, the wind's blowing, concentration, not letting the weather get into your head is going to be a big factor.
Well, it is, and I've told the guys we've got to be stronger than the elements. We have played in cold weather, before today, even colder than this a couple of weeks ago. So we're somewhat used to it. We've been outside a lot when it's cold, and so we're somewhat used to it, but so is Georgetown. It's their home field, so we've got to be tougher than the elements. It's going to be a cold day with the wind blowing, and it's a tough day to play, but we have to do it. We have no choice. So I just challenge the guys to be tougher than Georgetown or the elements.
Well, your best of luck. We'll talk to you in the postgame.
Okay, thank you, Tommy.
We'll be back with the Cumberland starters after this 2-minute commercial break.
Off to the game for some tailgating? Better pack your cooler with Jersey Mike's subs because nothing tackles your appetite like Jersey Mike's. Quality meats and cheeses sliced right in front of you and piled high on fresh baked bread. You'll taste the difference with authentic Jersey subs made Mike's way. Order in advance online or via fax and we'll have the subs ready to go when you arrive along with chips and soda. Visit Jersey Mike's in Lebanon, 1315 West Main Street, or for your nearest Jersey Mike's location, go to jerseymikes.com.
Dr. Damon Petty, a locally renowned orthopedic surgeon who trained under James Andrews and at the Cleveland Clinic, is the official team physician for Cumberland Athletics. Petty has built his reputation on developing new techniques for shoulder surgery and the treatment of elbow and shoulder injuries in baseball players. Since starting his practice in Middle Tennessee, he has treated athletes at all levels in sports, from professional to Pee Wee football and from the major leagues to the little leagues. For all of your orthopedic needs, call on Dr. Damon Petty at Petty Orthopedics. For more information, check out his website at pettyortho.com. That's Petty, ORTHO.com.
Cumberland baseball on WCOR AM 1490. The Bulldogs playing today at Georgetown.
Cumberland Athletics would like to thank some more of our corporate sponsors for the 2014 baseball season. Life Care, EMS, Music City Star, THW Insurance, Jersey Mike's, Sports World, and Chick-fil-A. Mitch Walters has your starting lineup.
For the Georgetown Tigers, coached by Mike Alfonso, coming with a 6-0 record, leading off of playing center field, Duran Elmore. Batting second, playing right field, Tyler Coker. Batting third and playing third base, Rick Reyes. Hitting cleanup and playing first base, Martin Lemus. Batting fifth and DHing, Brian Berry. Batting sixth and playing shortstop, Stephen Mancella. Batting seventh, playing left field, Tanner Uncle. Batting eighth and doing the catching, Armando Domelli. Batting ninth and playing second base, Trey Gross. And on the mound, Sean Meyer. Meyer's a 6'1", 170-pound senior right-hander out of Bellevue, Kentucky. Went to Newport Central High School. Comes in with no record, 2.57 ERA. His third appearance, his second start. He has one save on the season, has given up 7 hits, 7 innings, has not walked a batter, struck out 5, and a punch hitting .250 against the senior right-hander, Sean Meyer. Starting lineup for your Cumberland University Bulldogs. Lead off and playing left field, the sophomore from Lebanon, Tennessee, Chris Hall. Batting second, playing right field, a junior from Rockwall, Texas, Justin Bird. Hitting third and playing second base, a senior from Hartford, South Dakota, Sam Lynn. Batting cleanup and playing center field, a senior from Nashville, Tennessee, Ricky Coleman. Batting fifth and playing first base, a senior from Tampa, Florida, Brady North. Batting sixth and playing third base, a senior from Cocoa, Florida, Tyler Anderson. Batting seventh and DHing, a senior from Scarborough, Ontario, Canada, Richie Seaton. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, a senior from Tampa, Florida, Josiel Barris. Batting ninth and doing the catching, a junior out of Knoxville, Tennessee, Tyler Alford. And on the mound for the Bulldogs, the senior left-hander, All-American from last year, out of Newport, California, by way of East Los Angeles Community College, Anthony Gomez. Gomez brings in a 101 record, 2.12 ERA. His fourth appearance, his fourth start. He's shown one complete ball game, given up 19 hits in 17 innings, has walked 2 and struck out 20. Opponents hitting .268 against the senior left-hander. Tommy?
Well, he's a young man who has probably deserved a little bit better fate than that 1-1 record that he has, Mitch. He had a lead when he left one game and wound up, Cumberland lost the lead, came back to win it. He was not involved in that decision, and then had a game down at Faulkner where Cumberland's defense kind of fell apart on him.
Yeah, we kicked the ball around against Faulkner that night down at Montgomery, and we saw as good a left-hander as we'll probably see all season for Faulkner that night. So, the errors obviously compounded. Anthony pitched well there. And as you said, last Saturday against West Virginia Tech, we brought Gomez out in the 6th inning with a 4-1 lead, and then we give up 4 runs, and West Virginia Tech goes up by a run, and we have to come back in the bottom of the 7th to score 2 runs to earn that victory. But he pitched well against Taylor, Tommy, the weekend before last, and at home. But Gomez's going to give you a chance to win. If we don't kick the ball around, and that's kind of been, for our listener, that's kind of been the one bugaboo we've had up to this point this season. In the middle of the infield, we've struggled a little bit to catch the baseball.
We're going to take a 60-second break. We'll be back with more. You're listening to Cumberland University Baseball on WCOR AM 1490. We'll be back in 60.
The physicians and staff at Family Medical Associates and Pediatrics